What's up, winners? Welcome back to Stay Winning Wealth. Thank you for tuning in. We have breaking crypto news today. So just wanted to share with you the good news for every crypto collector, every crypto enthusiast, and every DGen out there. Welcome back to Stay Winning Wealth. Please hit the like, subscribe, and let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, please. So let me go and share my screen here. But today we have 3 new crypto spot ETFs trading on both the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. So it's huge, right? For 3 new ones. Okay, this is almost a year after the Bitcoin and the Ethereum one. So we're moving closer to worldwide adoption. So let me share my screen and we can go over this together. And thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. So I'm going to share my entire screen here. Okay, let's see. There we go. So, New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, lists Solana, HBAR, and Litecoin spot crypto ETFs for trading. Okay, so New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ move ahead with listings for 4 new spots. Well, it's 3 because one is tomorrow. So 3 new spot crypto ETFs today as the SEC staff process approvals despite the government shutdown. So this is huge, especially during the government shutdown, right? When people are more fearful of the US dollar. And so you've seen a huge increase in gold and now in altcoins with this ETF. All right, so the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ exchange posted listing notices on Monday for 4 spot crypto ETFs set to begin trading as early as Tuesday. So 3 are live today. 3 will go live today in about 2 hours. 1 will go live tomorrow. All right, we know this comes as the U.S. government is shut down. The new funds follow last year's Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF launches, which includes staking feature. So the staking feature is huge, and I think that's actually very attractive to traditional or institutional investors. Okay, so we're going to go over the staking a little bit on this live stream, but again, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. So let me read a little bit more about this, and then we'll hop on to the second article breaking down each ETF. James Overton, my friend, it's always good to see you in here, man. Thank you for the support. Shout out to you, James. Thank you. Appreciate your like and your subscription. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you. All right. So the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ posted listing notices on Monday for 4 new spot crypto exchange traded funds. Okay. So ETF stands for exchange traded funds. The filings include Bitwise Solana Fund, Canary Capital Litecoin, and HBAR Fund. Okay. Those are the 3 that are going live today. That is huge. The Grayscale one is scheduled to be on Wednesday, which is already out, but it's like restructuring. So I'm not going to talk about that one today. That'll be maybe for tomorrow's live stream. So the move surprised many in the market as ETF issuers had not expected any decisions from the SEC during the ongoing U.S. government shutdown. This is why it's huge, guys. The government is shut down, right? So people are fearful of the dollar and what's going to happen, etc. But the fact that we're getting ETFs pushed through during the shutdown is very, very bullish. And again, it speaks on the pro-crypto policies that we voted for in November. Okay, that's great. So let me go over these spot Bitcoin ETFs. So I'll remove my screen share, and the first one we're going to talk about is BSOL, which is Bitwise's Solana ETF, and a little bit about the staking. Okay, so here goes my screen. All right, so Bitwise launches BSOL. First spot Solana ETP in US aims to stake 100% of assets in-house, powered by Helios, to maximize Solana's 7% average staking rewards. That's huge, guys. That is very, very huge. Okay? I mean, think about the kind of inflow this will bring. Solana, which is already backed up by big venture capitalists, right? That's always the big discussion about how decentralized it is because of all the VC money behind it. But the staking rewards averaging 7%, I mean, people already trust Solana, at least in mainstream, right? In mainstream adoption, not degens, because of the VC backing, right? That's why Wall Street likes it. Obviously, the government's liking it even during the shutdown. And 7% average staking rewards will attract anyone, okay? So remember, a lot of people are fearful of decentralization because they don't understand it. So a lot of people want government-backed things. So this coming from the SEC approval And staking rewards, I mean, it's a perfect combination to attract investors from both sides, right? You're a DGen/retail investor, you're institutional high roller investor. So congrats to Solana. And then we're going to go over the Bitcoin price here a little bit. But let me go over this a little bit before we move on to the second one. And again, if you're just tuning in, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And let me know in your comments below if I'm missing anything or if you have any questions, and we can go over this together. But the Bitwise Asset Management, the global crypto asset manager with over 15 billion in client assets, today announced the launch of Bitwise Solana Staking ETF, BSO, on the New York Stock Exchange. BSO is the first ETP in the US to have 100% direct exposure to Solana. Okay, so think about around 2004 when the gold ETF came on stage and the way it just shot up gold. Okay, and then recently we've seen those gains like really max out with the government shutdown. But imagine if you bought back then, not necessarily ETF, but just gold itself, where you'd be at right now. It's amazing. So we could take a look and compare that apples to apples, what the SOL ETF can do to the price of Solana, just as we saw what the Bitcoin ETF has done to the price of Bitcoin, right? That means there's never been more demand than before on Bitcoin. And I think we can now start saying the same thing when it comes to Solana, all right? So one of the first crypto ETFs with built-in staking, Bitwise intends to stake 100% of the funds SOL holding through Bitwise on-chain solutions, powered by Helios, the leading Solana staking technology known for its high performance, technical excellence, and security. This strategy aims to maximize investors' participation in Solana's average staking reward of 7%. The Bitwise Solana staking ETF will trade on the New York Stock Exchange starting October 28th, so that's today. Under the ticker BSOL, the management fee will be 0.20, with the fee set at 0% for the first 3 months on the first 1 billion in assets. That's awesome, right? So obviously they go and describe why Solana, because it's one of the fastest, right? Scalable. That's all true. That's all true. Powerful revenue generation. I mean, we've seen that's like meme coin central, so that's true. And offers staking rewards. So Solana's proof of stake mechanism provides the opportunity for investors to earn an average of 7% staking reward on their assets today. That's huge, guys. That's really awesome. Congrats to Solana Degens. And just congrats to the whole crypto community where we're having new eyes on crypto through these ETFs and adoption being set up. So let me remove this. We're going to go over the Litecoin. Actually, we're going to go over the Litecoin ETF at the moment. So let me move this over to this side. This will be a 2-part screen. Let's see. And we'll read off a little bit here so we're all on the same page. And again, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if you just tuned in. Thank you for the support. Okay, here we go. So LTCC, Canary Litecoin ETF. Transparent exposure to Litecoin. All right, guys. If you've been following me on the channel, you know I'm bullish on Litecoin. It has halving, the way Bitcoin has halving. It has a limited supply. I mean, it's mirrored after Bitcoin, right? So once people be like, oh, there's not enough Bitcoin, they might move over to Litecoin as a way of holding and fighting inflation. So the trust's investment objective is to seek to provide exposure to the value of Litecoin held by trust, less the expense of the trust operations and other liabilities. The trust is a passive investment vehicle that does not seek to generate returns beyond tracking the price of Litecoin. In seeking to achieve its investment objective, the trust will hold Litecoin. LTCC is not a commodity pool or an investment company registered on the Investment Company Act of 1940, and therefore is not subject to the same regulatory requirements as mutual funds or traditional ETFs registered under the 1940 Act. I actually think that's very good. It's revolutionary. It's more advanced. It's more modern times. So Litecoin exposure through an exchange and trade product. Again, it brings people with a lot of money over. A lot of people that don't know about setting up a decentralized wallet and blockchain. All they know is, hey, I know the gold ETF. I know VOO. I know VTI. I know QQQ. Well, now they'll know LTCC because it operates in a similar way, in a similar fashion, right? And that's what goes on to this. Simplified exposure to Litecoin through a registered exchange-traded product, which avoids the hassle of owning Litecoin on crypto exchanges or dealing with wallets, right? So a lot of the older people, 50 years plus, right? A lot of these, just crypto language is foreign. And I get it. I understand. but I think adoption happens through a lot of these ETFs or a lot of new introduction. The way Robinhood introduces the youth to new investing strategies, prediction markets, crypto, etc. Uh, ETFs introduce the traditional institutional investor to new, well, not commodities, but just new opportunities, right? And now we're putting Web3 into ETFs. So adoption is happening, guys. And again, this is happening during a government shutdown. That's how big this is. Okay, so eligible for brokerage and retirement accounts. This is what I like here, right? So the fact that, Trump signed, I forgot if it was an executive order or just something passed through Congress where we'll now be able to buy these ETFs into crypto through our 401ks, right? So personally, I'm keeping an eye out on mine 401k. So if Bitcoin ETF becomes a possibility to hold through their retirement, that's something that I definitely do want my match from the company to go towards too. Okay. And again, no performance data because it's just being listed today. So maybe we'll do a live stream update for this a week later. And then we're going to go over HBAR. HBAR has great technology. Okay. And I think a lot of people like it, especially because of every big institution backing it here. So let me go over this information here with you. And again, if you just tuned in, thank you for the support. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. So the third one that goes live today, HBAR ETF launches today. How to buy it, what investors should know. Obviously, if you're watching this channel, you most likely know how to buy it. All right, so this is the first spot ETF offering direct exposure to HBAR, the native token on the Hedera Hashgraph network, which will begin trading on the Nasdaq stock market today. The ETF holds actual HBAR tokens and not derivatives, with custody provided by established regulated firms. And I think that's what people like. Established regulated firms. Okay, so people that stay away from crypto stay away because of it not being ran by regulated firms, right? And then there's other people that love it because it is decentralized. But if you want adoption, if you want that big money coming in, those big inflows, especially the HBAR, you want ETFs like this that are established by regulated firms. This allows both retail and institutional investors to gain exposure to HBAR through a standard brokerage account. And that's what I was just saying. See? And then for the Hedera ecosystem, the launch of the HBAR ETF is a meaningful bridge between traditional finance and enterprise blockchain applications. That again is echoing everything I'm saying regarding crypto ETFs. So personally, I'll just keep buying the coin and holding it on a decentralized wallet. But again, for the institutional person and to bridge the gap between traditional finance and Web 3.0, ETFs are definitely the biggest thing towards that. And again, it's huge when this is taking place during a government shutdown. So yeah, the ETF begins trading today. Let's see, unlike future-based funds, the HBAR ETF holds actual HBAR tokens in custody, and assets are secured by Bigo Trust Company and Coinbase Custody Trust Company, two of the largest regulated digital assets custodians. Okay, the structure gives investors a fully regulated pathway to gain exposure to HBAR private movements through a standard brokerage account without the operational challenges of managing private keys or crypto wallets. And even us that understand decentralized wallets, cold wallets, hot wallets, even we have trouble with managing private keys. A lot of that is like, where did my seed phrase go? And this is why a lot of those big institutional investors stay away. But now with regulated name brands, people or new people are exposed to crypto. When again pushes up the demand, and when you see the demand with limited supply, you get prices rising. Now, again, this has not started trading. Okay, it's going to start trading in about 1 or 2 hours, depending on, it's 9:08, so maybe in about 2 hours, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So look out for that if you want to go ahead and DJ in that way, especially the Solana one where you can stake. So let's go over the market at the moment. Hey, financial firefighter, aloha, appreciate you. This is probably a perfect stream for you, right? Where, as I was saying, decentralized and a lot of crypto terminology is foreign to people. But now through the forms of ETF, it becomes more mainstream, more adoptable, and easier access for people like yourself. So thank you for the support. And don't forget to hit the like button. Appreciate you. Guys, if you're listening, follow Financial Firefighter. Has always great advice on real estate. I was just on his channel recently, and we'll be doing more collabs in the near future. Okay, so we saw the Bitcoin price surge when the ETF hit, right? And multiple ETFs just hit back to back to back, especially when the timing of the halving took place. It was perfect timing, like a perfect storm. Okay, we've seen the Ethereum ETF and finally broke out over 3,000. All right, but we're gonna have Solana currently at 198.56. So if you get Solana under 200 before this ETF, under 200 could be a good buying price. And again, none of this is financial advice. Please do your own research. Let's take a look at H bar, the 18th biggest by market cap, 20 cents. Okay, and let's see what the all-time high was. Okay, well, it's taking a while, but we can see here. The all-time high for, what is it, 41 cents? So double of what it is now. That's crazy. That just seems like an opportunity for me. I mean, all of this is just getting started. We're this early. Like, we're so early. Like 5 years from now, we might be late because this is how fast this is moving. But again, none of this is financial advice. Please do your own research. And then let's take a look at Litecoin, which is the other one I talked about. And again, Litecoin mimics Bitcoin a lot. And I think a price under 100. I mean, my average is about $71. I bought a lot when it was in the 60 price range. And I know it's been higher than this. Yeah, it's been like 350 at one point. So look at that. Look at the chart. It like mimics Bitcoin, the halving, the spike, the bull run. So we're due for it now. And this time it's different than before on all these cryptos because of these ETFs, because they actually hold the real coins. It's huge, guys. I'm excited about it. So let me know in the comments below which one you are considering, whether it's the coin itself in a decentralized wallet, or if you're just considering buying the ETF and taking advantage of the staking rewards. Let me know which one's your favorite. Personally, I like the Litecoin one, so I might do a follow-up video on that. But winners, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next live stream. Stay winning, and God bless you.